One for the boxing fans this week. The heavily anticipated fight between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk is happening this weekend, fighting for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. This is one I am not going to miss. It's 12:30 in the afternoon here, and I'm Liz Jones, Managing Director at People2People UK and your host of P2P UK Live. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and X, so don't forget to follow us. And on today's show, we're going to take a look at the stat of the week. We'll take a look at some hot jobs in the UK, New Zealand, and Australia. This week, we're going to take a look back at a discussion between Finance and Accounting Manager Kirsten Garrett and founder and CEO of VideoMyJob, David Macciocca, to learn about how VideoMyJob has become the world's fastest growing employer brand and recruitment marketing startup, and how videos are changing the recruitment industry. And then we'll take a look at the social media poll results. But first, let's take a look at the stat of the week. This week, we're taking a look at permanent staff placements, which has fallen again in April, but pay growth has accelerated. KPMG and the REC's report on jobs reveals slower fall in permanent placements and hesitancy in recruitment and wage inflation. Similarly, temp billings declined in April, but the rate of contraction was slower since January. Permanent candidate numbers declined across all English regions during April. Panellists noticed hesitancy amongst companies in recruiting extra staff, and that is it for the stat of the week. Time to take a look at some hot jobs in the UK now, and we're looking for an accounts legal cashier based in Birmingham, West Midlands, paying £22,000 to £25,000. Responsibilities will include accurate ledger postings for clients and internal accounts, including billing and reconciliations, and comprehensive accounts payable management covering invoices, payments, and purchase ledger. We really need somebody who has previous experience as a legal cashier and with legal client billing. This role's being looked after by Anthony Ross, and you can contact Anthony at anthony.ross@people2people.co.uk. The next role we have is for an interior designer in London, Southeast London. This is paying £200 to £300 daily. Responsibilities will include designing aesthetically pleasing and functional interior spaces tailored to client needs and preferences, collaborating with clients, architects and contractors to execute design plans with budget and timelines. We really need somebody who is proficient with SketchUp and previous experience in a similar role. This role is being looked after by Hannah Scanlon, and you can contact Hannah at hannah.scanlon@people2people.co.uk. Crossing the border now over to Australia and New Zealand, we have a few positions available for an admin officer in Sydney, paying $35 to $40 per hour, an accounts receivable role in Adelaide, paying $35 per hour, and a payroll administrator in Auckland, New Zealand, paying $70,000 to $80,000 per year. If you want to know anything about these positions, please scan the barcode on the screen now.
So as I said in my intro, very happy to have David Macciocca, the CEO and founder of VideoMyJob, joining us today. So thank you, David. We're very excited to get an insight into the platform and have a chance to talk to you about the impact that VideoMyJob is making. As I said to you offline before we started, I'm an advocate. I jump in front of the camera ideally once a week, and it is a tool that I use in my recruitment. So for those who don't know, can you tell us a little bit about VideoMyJob, how the idea came about?
Sure. Thanks for the introduction. So, VideoMyJob is really solving a problem that is significant, where companies really struggle to communicate what it's really like to work within a company. Culture is hard to communicate, and VideoMyJob does that really well through our really neat video solution for recruitment agencies and for in-house talent teams. How the idea came about, I was in recruitment for quite some time. I had an agency which I did sell, and part of our success was creating a video for each job that came through. So in 2013, we turned the meeting room into a studio and recorded everything that came through in a real manual process. And having sold the company in 2015 off the back of our digital footprint going through the roof, we really adopted as a social platforms and obviously video as well. That led to an acquisition, and I just thought everyone should recruit this way and put together a team, knew the tech scene really well in Australia, and launched VideoMyJob. And fast forward to today, we're in over 50 countries, representing some of the world's biggest companies and some amazing recruitment agencies as well, like People2People.
Yeah, well, that is an amazing journey, a little bit of an overused word, but wow, it's certainly making an impact. And People2People, as you said, does partner VideoMyJob and has done for a few years now. Our team of recruiters have created over 5,200 videos to assist in hiring, placing candidates, and certainly connecting with a range of different people and industries out there. How has the introduction of video throughout the recruitment process changed the industry, or the way both recruiters and in-house teams work for the better over the last couple of years?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So sort of think about pre and post COVID. Before COVID, it was a real challenge. People were really uncomfortable on video, and in some instances still are today. It was definitely a problem prior to COVID. But one thing COVID did do was push people in a direction that took a giant step into video because they had to do that because they couldn't get to the office. So people got a lot more comfortable with how they looked and sounded on video, and it became the norm. So we don't really come across that issue much anymore. So fast forward to today, and the use case, which was 100% a video job ad, is now more employee stories. So 18% today represent video job ads, and people are using it to communicate more effectively. So the barrier to creating a video comes down to time and strategy. It is a real challenge for recruiters to jump on video because they're just juggling so many different requirements. And it can be challenging for some environments where leadership isn't very strong, that dictates that they should be doing it for the general purposes. The upside, however, is huge. You guys have just put a stat there, over 5,000 videos. That's incredible because all the videos are branded. They're really they're good quality, high quality videos. So in terms of cost, not having to engage with the digital agency, not worrying about getting that video back in 14 days, 7 to 14 days. So there's a huge cost reduction, a time reduction, and then there's the added benefit of just having better applications coming through.
Absolutely. And I mean, there are still some camera shy people, but you're right. I thought when listening to you there, we're in front of the camera for lot more reasons today versus pre-COVID, when it might have been FaceTiming our sister in New York from the couch on a Sunday night or something like that. So it is about building people's confidence, and I can speak from experience there. The thing that I'd like to highlight for you is that it keeps it real. When I get in, I've been around for a long time in the recruitment industry, coming up for 3 decades. But if I jump on camera and talk about a job, interview a candidate, or even just talk about a candidate, it's coming from the heart. And it doesn't matter that I might not be a newsreader professionally trained. The content I'm sharing, I might even stumble words. as I probably will today during this broadcast. But it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, my view is that it really shows that this is a real job working for real people, and my job description or my advertisement will have a limited amount of information, the key criteria possibly, but I add the flavour to it. And many a time you'll see on my videos, I've jumped on and said something like, hey guys, I'm recruiting for a hiring manager I've known for over 20 years. Suddenly that is a different flavour to, hello everyone, I'm recruiting for an international law firm based in Sydney, and so on and so forth. So it adds a personality, and it's certainly, apparently according to the stats, you do get a higher return from an application point of view on a advertisement that has a video. But as you highlighted, it can be used for many other things, market updates and so on there. You touched on a couple of the challenges. What would be the biggest challenge for yourself and or recruiters or in-house teams moving towards a video-centric recruitment process?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest barrier is other leaders, unfortunately, because candidates, videos move the needle in application conversion, time to hire, attrition, and referrals. And those metrics are very expensive within organizations to run. That is what the CFO or the executive sponsor is funding within a talent acquisition team. They're trying to reduce the cost. VideoMyJob doesn't make a talent acquisition company money. It saves them money, but it can make recruiters a lot more money through building trust with candidates and separating yourself as a service line from your competitors to the organisation that you're representing.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I am proud to say that the leaders at People2People have embraced VideoMyJob. We all have one or two people in our teams that are a little bit frightened of getting in front of the camera and frightened of how they might look and come across. But certainly having an engaging leadership team that drives the initiatives across the business is proving successful for People2People, and we're very happy to be, I guess, an advocate of VideoMyJob. So David, thank you for coming on the show today and joining us and sharing these insights. If there was a business out there or a team that perhaps might be looking to begin utilising VideoMyJob as a tool of their own, what would be the best way to get in touch, and how would they do so?
Yeah, I'm happy for them to reach out to me directly on LinkedIn. If they would like a demo, it's best to go through the website and just request a demo, and then an account executive will be able to walk them through the platform.
Yep. Now, I use my mobile phone. I've got clunky, 50-plus-year-old fingers that just drive, but even I can use the technology. So if I can do it, as people say, anyone out there can do it. Again, we've put your information on the screen here for those joining us on the broadcast today. We really do appreciate your time, and for those wanting to get in touch, reach out to David via the information below. So thank you, David. It's been a pleasure meeting with you, and enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, thank you. Likewise.
It is time to take a look at the social media poll results. So last week we had, with the rise in recent years, do you think your company is falling behind without utilising AI? 81.6% of you said yes, it is. If you want to get involved in this week's poll, we have, if your work offered the opportunity, would you seize the chance to participate in a training and upskilling program? Yes, no, or it depends on what area. That is it for P2P Live this week. Thank you for joining. Good luck to Fury and Usyk, and we'll see you 12:30 next Friday.